on the banks of the St. Johns River in downtown Jacksonville, Florida, on this first Saturday in November, where the Georgia Bulldog fans will try to outshout those who are here to follow the Florida Gators. It's the annual get-together in Jacksonville.
Go Dog! Go Gators! Go!
And we welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. The Bulldogs and the Gators meeting here this afternoon. Take a look at the current SEC East standings. Most notably, South Carolina's victory last week in double overtime over Missouri has opened things up and has really made this a significant game for both Georgia and Florida. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We welcome you back to Jacksonville. Yes, Gary, they're 4-3, but that slight opening has seemed to give more relevance to this game than what might be considered.
Might not be a glamorous Florida-Georgia game, and it doesn't mean it's meaningless. As you mentioned, the Missouri upset got them back into it. But I think it's last year's season that really put expectations and pressure on this football game for both fan bases. Remember, just a year ago, Florida, undefeated season, spoiled against Georgia. And Georgia, we know how their season finished, 5 yards for playing for the national championship, perhaps, when they were on the 5-yard line against Alabama. That cloud is in this game for this season.
Really, really good news for the Georgia Bulldogs. They get back Todd Gurley, one of the best running backs in the country.
I think he is. And for Georgia, Todd Gurley brings physical football to the football game. Now, I don't know if we'll see vintage Todd Gurley, but we will see enough of him to open up the passing game and the running game, I believe. I think when he's going well, he's as good as they get in college football, and that means Aaron Murray will have a better football game. When he has a little bit of that running game, you know that Aaron Murray can take it from there with that play-action pass game and really make things go.
Well, both Georgia and Florida have been decimated by injuries, and Jeff Driscoll out for the Gators. Tyler Murphy will start, but I think the real spirit of this team is felt in the loss of Dominic Easley.
I think you're right. I mean, that injury took this Florida defense from being elite to struggling a bit. 500 yards given up. I mean, nobody even got over 375, but a week off. Will Muschamp has a proud defense. They're going to have to tune back into doing the fundamentals and make it go, but perhaps they could get a lift from Calvin Taylor. New emerging freshman running back. He can make explosive plays for Florida. Let's see if he could be the running back like Gurley.
Well, one of the themes of this game will be those who have been lost to injury. For more on that, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
That's right, guys. Both teams decimated by injuries, but fortunately, Will Muschamp telling me pregame that quarterback Tyler Murphy is 100% with that shoulder sprain, and that's good news because Florida has lost 9 starters for at least a game and 5 for the season, including quarterback Jeff Driscoll. The Bulldogs, meanwhile, have lost 3 key starters for the year in Keith Marshall, Malcolm Mitchell, and Justin Scott Wesley, and Chris Conley is out today with an ankle, but as you guys mentioned, they get back Todd Gurley, wide receiver Michael Bennett, and free safety Trey Matthews are available today as well. The question is, how much will they play and how effective will they be? Guys?
All right, Tracy, thank you. We'll have the normal full house, 82,000 plus, once we kick off in a moment. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. The Home Depot, Autotrader.com, and by AT&T. We are back live in Jacksonville moments ago. First on the field, the Bulldogs of Georgia. They've won the last 2 in this series. And right behind them, the Gators of Florida. Both teams had an open week last week. Both teams come in with 2-game losing streaks to fall to 4-3. Had a front move through early morning. Rained overnight, but sky is expected not to provide precipitation. Mostly cloudy for the remainder of the day and very, very comfortable. 73 degrees. Florida is the home team for this game. And so we will use the record they claim. Florida leads 48-40-2, and they've won 18 of the last 23. There is a game in dispute. It occurred in 1904. Georgia claims that game as a victory. Florida says, no, we didn't field a team until 1906. J.J. Green is back to return the opening kickoff. Florida won the toss and deferred to the second half. Will Muschamp, 0-4 as a player for Georgia, his alma mater, 0-2 in this series as a coach. Head coach, that is. Austin Hardin will kick off. J.J. Green moves up, grabs it at the 7, and hauled down with a nice open field special teams tackle by Daniel McMillan. And now, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. The quarterback, Aaron Murray.
Well, he's had his ups and downs in this game. There's no doubt about it, but 2 wins is probably the stat he loves the most.
Last year, he threw 3 interceptions, and Georgia still won a thriller, 17-9. Todd Gurley is the running back. He's missed 3 3/4 games with a high ankle sprain suffered against LSU. How about this, Murray? Play action. You feel the threat of Gurley right away.
Well, I think, and we asked the Georgia coaches, you know, you saw Missouri and their attack against Florida and how they did the offense. Will you run that offense? And they go, well, we do what we do. But that is right from the Missouri game plan. Spreading out Florida and trying to run the quarterback and the running back.
Todd Gurley after that gain of 17. Here's play action. Murray settles for Gurley. He comes left across the 50 and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Gain of 14.
Nice drop off on this play. Kind of slid right out of bounds there, didn't he? And he shoved. That's what the official was telling him. He shoved. Was it Hargraves off him at the end? No. I think it was Antonio Morrison shoved him off on the play on that one. And the official said, nope, no more of that. Next one I'm calling.
Back-to-back 17 and 14-yard gains. Here's Murray, deep right side. And it's incomplete, intended for Rantavius Wooten. And let's complete the lineups for the Bulldogs of Georgia. Gates, Lee, Andrews, Burnett. Theus gets the start at right tackle. Hicks and Gurley. Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator, telling us by phone the other day that David Andrews is having a splendid season, along with Chris Burnett, the right guard. 2nd and 10. Quavon Hicks, number 48, is the fullback. Murray got it at the 40. That's Michael Bennett, who's missed 2.5 games. Had meniscus surgery. Defensively for the Gators, still ranked 4th in the country, despite giving up 500 yards in their loss to Missouri. You've got Dante Fowler, Ron Powell back from injury. Cody Riggs, who was ejected for targeting on the first play of the game, that loss at Missouri.
Purifoy did not start the game at corner, but with this dime or nickel package, he's in the football game now.
Wearing number 15. 3rd and 5. Left side, got it. That's Michael Bennett, back-to-back receptions.
One of the big storylines, there's a flag on the play. One of the big storylines of last year's games was Georgia's ineffectiveness.
Offside, defense, number 90. Penalties decline. Play results in the first down.
on third down. They were 1 for 10 in that football game, and basically the one was the touchdown pass to Malcolm Mitchell, who's also not in this game. But that's the reason they only had 59 plays in the game a year ago. They could not convert on third down.
Malcolm Mitchell, one of 4 wide receivers for Georgia who's missed games. He's out for the season. That happened on a celebration in the opening season game against Clemson. Chris Conley is out of this one. I saw him limp onto the field. He's in civvies and walking with the use of a crutch. Gurley. Welcome back.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if he's 100%, but that offensive line is 100%. Just wiped out that proud offensive line. Theus and Burnett just caved them down, and Gurley broke off of it and just gouged that Florida rush defense.
When he was injured, he had gained 73 yards in the first quarter against LSU. Welcome back indeed. They'll keep feeding him, and he is, I think,
he fumbled that ball.
Did he fumble in the end zone? No, it's called a touchdown. They ruled that he had possession when he crossed the line, obviously to be renewed.
I tell you, Dallas Lee that time, the left guard just turned his man and pancaked him. Let's see as he reaches out. Looks to me like he's got control of that ball, and it bounces up after the touchdown. Ran right through a tackle by Antonio Morrison that time.
Marshall Morgan on for the extra point. So it was looked at. Al Ford is the replay official. Made a quick decision that...
Well, it was big inside running from the I formation. Just slammed down and a cutback behind on the big run to get down in position to score. Slam, slam. Morrison gets caught up in the traffic on the first run. And on the second run, he gets caught up 3 versus 3. And he loses for 7.
Most impressive opening drive for the Bulldogs. 7 plays, 75 yards. Todd Gurley with the touchdown.
Well, he got help. Watch center David Andrews. Watch left guard Dallas Lee. They both pancake the defenders. Leon Orr and Darius Cummings. Both of them pancaked. Dallas Lee puts him right on his back. When you run point of attack from 4 or 5 yard line and you do that inside, you're going to get some hoots and hollers when they watch that film. I'll tell you that right now.
Todd Gurley with a touchdown setup run of 25 yards. And then the 5-yard TD, and he also caught a pass for 14. Marshall Morgan will kick off for Georgia. Solomon Patton, number 83, is the deep man. Trey Burton is also back. Patton, in the last game Florida played, returned to kick off 100 yards for the Gators. He'll take this one back. Not quite 100 yards.
And it's coming back.
Yep, flags are down.
And it's going to be about 8 or 9 yard line.
Now we get a little.
This was a penalty-filled game a year ago. 14 by Georgia, I believe 10 by Florida.
Matt Austin is our referee today.
During the turn, illegal block in the back, 24 of the receiving team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Brian Poole, and at the end of the play, a little bit of conversation. Oh my goodness. Well, Patton has unpleasant memories of this game a year ago.
Yes, he is. On a sweep, broke his arm in this football game.
Yeah. Has had a really terrific season, known primarily prior to this year as a specialist on that jet sweep. But he is the leading receiver now. Kelvin Taylor getting his first start. Number 21. Play action, Tyler Murphy. Gets rid of it, and it's dropped by the fullback, Hunter Joyer. And the starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Tyler Murphy, recall, a redshirt junior, came on when Jeff Driscoll went out of the game with a broken leg. Third game of the year. It was against Tennessee and has had a couple of tough outings in those 2 losses recently.
Well, the last 2 games, and everybody knows this who's a Florida fan, total yards, 2 games, 391 yards.
Murphy goes deep. Got a man wide open. It's Quinton Dunbar, and there is a foot race. That's Patton down to help out, and it allows Mauger to come up and make the tackle.
Well, this is one of the things the Florida faithful are going, oh my gosh, a deep ball? You mean we're allowed to do it? Picked on Shaq Wiggins, true freshman defensive back. And it wasn't a perfect throw, but when you're that open, it didn't have to be a perfect throw, and he didn't overthrow him, and they turned the field upside down.
That is a gain of 82.
Who are these 2 teams?
I know. Out of the spread on first down and goal. Kelvin Taylor, number 21. Josh Harvey Clemens back in the lineup. And here's the Verizon Red Zone stats for Florida. 12 touchdowns in 27 trips. That is not good. Well below the national average. Second down goal. Will Muschamp.
Let's see how aggressive Florida is. They've been very hesitant to run the quarterback because they really don't have any experience in backup now.
And that's where the absence of Jeff Driscoll is felt, in addition to just his ability to run. Murphy across the middle, tipped and incomplete.
One of the things when Will Muschamp looks out at the Georgia defense, he's got to be happy to see. He might find a number 28 out there, and he might find a number 30 on the sideline. But he's not going to find a number 29. Jarvis Jones, the last 2 years, has been a wrecking ball. 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 caused fumbles, and where he got him himself, and 5 tackles for a loss. Jarvis Jones playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Third and go. Option. Toss to Kelvin Taylor. Gets a block from Dunbar, but not sufficient enough to get a good gain. Damian Swan, number 5, made the tackle.
Herrera, number 52, really ran down this play. Stopped a bit, quick pitch, and Herrera did not allow the cutback to the outside. Also, Damian Swan defeated his block and made the tackle.
Flag at the 5-yard line.
Following the play, dead ball, personal foul, 83 offense, blow to the face. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
Solomon Patton.
Yeah, they warned him a couple times, didn't they? We're not going to take all the chippiness. There's one shove. And that was what was called. I don't know about that. Yeah, I agree with you, Will. I mean.
Yep. And you, if you're a lip reader, you know exactly how he expressed himself. Here's the field goal attempt. It is wide right. Francisco Velez, who came on to replace Austin Harden at LSU. So an 82-yard pass completion leads to naught.
Well, you know, that penalty call was just enough to make this uncomfortable, and no points.
I'm really thankful that all of you never notice when mistakes are made in this broadcast, but occasionally we do make one, you know? And we had one earlier.
We did?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, this one. We had Florida leading the all-time series 48-40, and we've heard from a few Bulldog fans So it's a mid-course correction.
Okay, if it's not about me, I'm really not.
Truth in broadcasting.
I've got 58 more minutes to screw up here.
Oh, gracious. High formation, second possession, Georgia. They're up 7-0. Play action again. Murray. Deep left side. Oh, dear. Reggie Davis. It's incomplete. Let's go back to the studio for a Ford update. Here's Tim.
All right, Vern. Well, Connor Shaw and South Carolina have done their part to put the pressure on Missouri, who's playing Tennessee later tonight. He threw for a career-high 4 touchdown passes. This one to Jarrell Adams as they handled the Bulldogs of Mississippi State 34-16. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 7-0 here at a second down 10, Georgia. Gurley again. Leon Orr, number 44, makes the stop for the Gators. And again, we're getting a little chippy. That was Orr, I think, and it may have been Dante Fowler Jr. might have been involved in that. 3rd and 5. There's Leon Orr, number 44. And it was Dante Fowler in the middle of it all.
Well, you know, Georgia is going against one of the best third down defenses in college football, and they're not that hot with it on offense. 13th in the SEC.
Florida averaging right at 28% yield on third down. Murray across the middle. Gurley.
Man.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Touchdown, Georgia. Cody Riggs, the only man who had a chance to make the tackle. And by the way, Aaron Murray is now within 1 of equaling the number of touchdown passes in SEC history. He needed 2 today to tie Danny Werfel, the All-American Heisman Trophy winner from Florida.
Well, number 3 got number 3 again, okay? That's the matchup. It's called a key blitz. You try to rush, but if your blocking receiver doesn't block you, you're open. And that's exactly what happened right there. Florida expected, and Morrison expected Gurley to block him. He was hot all the way. A great call by Mike Bobo. He was expecting the blitz. They got it, and they called the hot receiver from the huddle. Perfect play, perfect execution.
(14-0) Georgia. Todd Gurley getting a little attention, taping that left ankle on the bench.
Yeah, he's not 100%, but he's good enough. He would have sprinted right through the end zone. That time you could see he's not quite there yet. How good would this Georgia team have been without any injuries? Oh, I know. Defense, they struggled, but offensively, they're dynamic.
That looked like that was by design, a very short kick. And now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success. Gary?
One of the tools the quarterback has is using the snap count to declare the defense. Watch how Aaron Murray chooses to declare the defense with his foot. He doesn't know for sure he has Gurley. He fakes it. Now he says, oh, I've got exactly what I want. I know they're going to come off the corner. If he doesn't stay with Gurley, I got a touchdown. He doesn't, I got a touchdown. He declared it with that foot before. He knew what he had and went with it. It wasn't really an audible. I think that's called in the huddle.
There's Florida with a quick screen out to the right side. That's Valdez Showers, number 10. And let's introduce you on this second possession to the Florida offense. Moore, Garcia, Harrison, Jalapillo. That's a change. Tyler Moore goes to left tackle. And here is a large person getting his first start. Trenton Brown, 6'8", 364 pounds. He opens at right tackle. He spent the last 2 years at Georgia Military Academy. There he is, number 74.
Well, he was also committed to Georgia and switched to Florida late because he didn't want to play tackle. How about this? Not only going to play tackle, he's a big man, and he struggles with speed rushers. And Georgia has two of them, Jenkins and Floyd.
Here's the toss out on the wing. Kelvin Taylor breaks the tackle, stepped out of bounds. And defensively now for Georgia, and it has been susceptible to deep passes. It's a very young defense. Drew, Mays, Bailey, Floyd, Wilson, Herrera. Shaq Wiggins, the two freshmen who got beat on the touchdown pass. Ramik Wilson leads the team in tackles. And down toward the bottom, John Harvey Clemens is back after being injured 2 weeks ago. That open week really helped him.
Very important play here for Florida. Line of scrimmage lead. Can they win the line of scrimmage?
Kelvin Taylor bounces it to the left, and he's got a first down at or about the 40-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Ramik Wilson, just mentioned a moment ago, made the stop.
And nice bounce out that time by Taylor. That was not, I don't know if you would call it won the line of scrimmage, but they won the play.
14-0. Murphy is being chased and knocked out of bounds by Ramik. That was close.
That was very close.
Yes.
Now remember, Ramik Wilson wouldn't even be playing in this game had that targeting call not been reversed. And here he comes aggressively, and I think fairly, no call there.
You remember late in the game against Vanderbilt on 4th down in the 4th quarter, he was called for targeting. It was reviewed, ruled non-targeting, but a 15-yard penalty. Vandy used that to go in and score and ultimately won the game. Mac Brown is in now, and they goes quick screen out to the far side. Solomon Patton. Leonard Floyd, number 84, catches up to him.
I thought that ball bounced. I couldn't tell if he got his hands underneath that or not from this far away.
We're about to look.
I think that ball might have bounced. Sure, it'll be reviewed. It's third and medium. If they don't snap this ball, it'll be reviewed.
Yeah,
it'll be reviewed.
Review it.
You have to be patient. The replay official tries to wait as long as he can before he signals upstairs, down to the field from upstairs.
The previous play is under further review.
I don't think he had his thumbs connected to that football when it bounced. I think they're going to bring this one back.
And another look.
Yeah, I don't think he had full control of that when that bounced off the grass.
Might they consider that a lateral? Might they?
I guess that's possible. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was nudged.
Well, we got 27 people up here. Let's see. Let's take a look at it from down the line again. If it was, I think it was a forward pass, personally.
After review, the ball hit the ground, therefore it's an incomplete pass. Ball will be returned to the previous spot, which is the 42-yard line, where it'll be third down.
Well, one of the things when we talked to Todd Grantham, the defensive coordinator for Georgia, I asked him, when you look at the problems Florida's had protecting the passer and the speed you have off the edge, and of course you got Ray Drew back, an emerging rusher from the inside, I assume you'd be very disappointed not to dominate 3rd and long. And he said, I would.
Well, they've had trouble, Gary, as you know, getting this defense for Georgia, getting them off the field.
Well, let's see if Florida can pass block. That's the question. Had trouble at tackle, and that's where Georgia can put pressure on him.
And Drew, number 47, lines up inside. Looks like he'll go man-to-man against Max Garcia.
Whoa.
How about that? Murphy lets it go deep left, incomplete. And Marlo Herrera.
Yeah, this wasn't right. The motion didn't work right on this one. The ball was snapped a little early. It's very fortunate that even got out with being a football play. That could have ran into somebody very easily and been a fumble.
And we'll have our first punt and a new punter in his 2nd game for Florida, Johnny Townsend. They were unhappy with Kyle Christie, who was a Ray Guy finalist a year ago. Right. So Townsend came on last week and boomed it.
Preseason All-American was Christie.
Yeah. Went from a 45-yard plus average a year ago. Here's a fair catch called and taken by Rhett McGowan at the 15. That's a 43-yard punt. Nothing on the return. So Johnny Townsend is now the Gator punter. 14-zip, Georgia. Let's go back to the penalty call, Gary, on Solomon Patton.
Well, we were right and we were wrong. Solomon Patton's one we showed you was not a penalty. Number 83, that was not the call, but later over comes Leonard Floyd, and a shove to the face mask late was the one that was called.
There we are.
2 views.
Yeah.
So that could have cost his team 3 points. I mean, we saw that first one and went, wait, that's nothing. Well, it wasn't nothing. They didn't call that.
1st and 10. And from 85 yards away, Georgia takes over. They've scored on their first 2 possessions. Brendan Douglas, number 22, is the deep back. Murray rolls out, being chased, and throws it at the feet of Douglas. Jonathan Bullard. Let's get an update from Tracy on Gurley.
Well, guys, do not expect to see him in this series. I was told he is taking the series off. I was watching him throughout that last drive, and he's struggling, and it's not just that ankle. It seems to be the conditioning as well. His head is down, his eyes are closed, athletic trainers coming over to him nonstop, and right now he's on the sideline. Whether it's completely gassed or sick, we don't know, but I'll give you an update as soon as they give it to me, guys.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Second down and 10.
Too many Kit Kat bars from Thursday night could be too.
Sound like you're familiar with
yes, I am.
And a flag is thrown.
Delay of game, offense number 11, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Well, if he can't go, that's a really tough blow for Georgia.
It is, but he gave him a 14-point head start.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the way he ran the ball physically, the way they were able to use him, matching up a linebacker, getting him one-on-one. But, you know, Tracy could be right. I mean, when you got a bad ankle, you can't do a lot of conditioning for 2, 3, 4 weeks.
That's what I'm claiming.
Yep.
2nd and 15. Screen pass, right. Douglas gets a good block, then breaks a tackle. Well, let's go to the studio for this Heisman
in that mega matchup. Back to you.
3rd down, 7. Nice.
What a throw.
Michael Bennett.
But you can see the comfort with Bennett back into this football game. We talked to Aaron Murray about what might be going a little wrong here. He matched up against Vernon Hargraves. He said, maybe I'm a little bit hesitant, just not trusting the routes. But when he's got Bennett back, he's trusting that one-on-one matchup.
J.J. Green, another of the true freshman running backs, is on the field. He gets the handoff and goes right, but not for much. Ronald Powell is back in the lineup. Powell essentially has missed 2 full seasons with injuries. 2nd down and 9. Look out there, you see Reggie Davis, the true freshman, wide, number 81. Rhett McGowan, a one-time walk-on for Georgia. No Malcolm Mitchell, no Justin Scott Wesley. They do have Michael Bennett back. They don't have Chris Conley today, and there is J.J. Green. That's a gain of 10. First 4 games, 68%. They had both Gurley, well, they had Marshall for 4, the Keith Marshall, the running back. And the numbers have fallen off, Gary, in the last 3 games.
Well, anybody who's played quarterback knows that if you don't have the help of one of those, game-changing running backs, it gets a lot harder. Plus, losing all the receivers, I mean, it devastated the Georgia offense.
First down, 10. Douglas, nice cut at the line of scrimmage. Better. Oh, he bulls his way.
Whoa.
That'll get them on their feet.
Man, I mean, you're looking at 2 guys, J.J. Green the play before, and now Douglas, 2 guys that never thought they'd see the field this year, and both making an impact runs right over Cody Riggs, right over the safety.
Toss, Douglas goes right. This time not quite so much. Antonio Morrison, number 3. Well, with Gurley out, Marshall out, we've seen J.J. Green and Brendan Douglas try to fill the gap, and they've done so with some degree of effectiveness. 2nd and 9. 14-0.
I gotta say, this Georgia offensive line is putting on a show so far in this football game. Putting on a show.
Play clock at 2. Toss, J.J. Green. And gang tackle finally, but that's a 3 or 4 yard pickup. Antonio Morrison, number 3, makes the tackle.
We talked about Missouri being the only offense that has really been able to gouge Florida all year, putting over 500 yards. LSU put up 375. Nobody more than 275 after that. I mean, so what Georgia's doing with over 200 yards here in the first half is so impressive.
Now we've still got 2:40 to play, first quarter.
Right.
Play clock now at 6. It's 3rd and 6. Delay game? No, timeout.
Prior to the snap, timeout Georgia. The first time out of the half.
Well, the Bulldogs in control, at least for now. 14-0 Georgia. See more of today's game with the all-22 camera angle exclusively on CBSSports.com. Watch all the action live now at CBSSports.com/SEC. Well, Todd Gurley on the bench, at least for the moment, but he had a certainly explosive start to the game.
He had that ankle taped, his left ankle. Don't really see anything that happened on that play, but ran the ball tough inside, and then, of course, the kind of the gimmick play. I don't want to call it a gimmick because it was a hot play. It was designed well, and Florida did not do what they should have, basically run their assignment.
3rd down 6 after the timeout. And the ball at the 32-yard line. Florida has 4 down, and they bring only 4. And that one is dropped. McGowan asking for a flag. There's not one. It'll be 4th down.
Interesting matchup that Aaron Murray chose on that play. McGowan against Purifoy. Arguably, well, we thought going into this year, the best cover corner that Florida had. Not getting the playing time. I don't know if it's a message from Will Muschamp or not, but that seems to me like a tough matchup to choose there.
This is from 50 for Marshall Morgan. He had a career long of 56 this year. Nathan Thea snaps it back. That's got distance, and that is good. Marshall Morgan now 11 of 13 for the year. The snap perfect, the hold as well. And the kick equaled the other two parts of it all. 17-0. Here's something you'd rather not see if you're a Georgia fan. Todd Gurley being assisted. Well, he's actually walking on his own, but being accompanied into the Bulldog locker room. Tracy's working hard to get more information on the nature of the injury. We all saw him get his left ankle taped, and Gary, that was not the high ankle sprain.
No, it was the other one.
Yep. High ankle sprain ankle. And wordsmith. Marshall Morgan. That was officially a 49-yard punt, and again, it's short.
No, I don't blame him. I mean, the last 2 years in this game, Florida has scored one touchdown. 2 years ago, Jordan Reed on a touchdown pass on offense. The other one came on a kickoff return. They had a kickoff return with Patton last week. They're going, if you're going to score, you're going to score against our defense. Pooch it.
You think it might, whatever injury occurred or reoccurred for Gurley?
I thought it was this left. Yeah, see how his left leg, his left ankle hit the ground and popped it? I'm wondering if that's what happened with his left ankle there.
We saw him grimace. Here's a welcome sight. Sun's out.
Because he sure didn't have the acceleration even on that touchdown. It did not look like Gurley.
That was Mac Brown with that carry. And among the Georgia injuries, of course, Matt Jones out with a knee injury for the rest of the season, for Florida rather. 2nd down and 7. 1:47 to go. Opening quarter. With the exception of an 82-yard pass that led to a 1st and goal, it has been an all Georgia first 15 minutes, or 13 and a half. Bumped, flag down, pass is complete to Patton, but he was out of bounds as he made the catch at the 29-yard line.
I wonder if they're going to call Trenton Brown holding on that pass rush that time, coming off the edge. Defender almost got his hand on the football.
Holding. Offense 74.
I think it was.
10-yard penalty to the previous spot. Repeat 2nd down.
Talked about Brown not being totally comfortable. He's got, is that Drew out at end this time? That's Ray Drew. Coming off the edge, puts his hands out, but you see how he yanks him down at the end? That's where the call was made, right at the end of that play. You know, that's the hidden part of that game against Vanderbilt, that Ray Drew penalty, that targeting penalty he's thrown out. He's their best pass rusher, and they lost him for a big part of that football game against Vandy.
2nd down, 17 after the penalty. 5 wide. 3 to the right. 2 to the left. Now one of those, Mac Brown, goes in motion and sets up alongside Murphy. Oh, he's under pressure, has to get rid of it.
Oh, he dropped it. He dropped
yeah.
it. It was going to be a screen pass, and it was snuffed out all the way that time. Was it Garrison Smith?
Sterling Bailey.
Sterling 58 instead. Wow. Bailey goes, my one chance.
Yes.
My one chance, and Drew said, oh.
Ray Drew has emerged this season, and one is Bailey.
Yeah.
Drew, one-time 5-star recruit, and he now leads this Bulldog team in tackles with 5 sacks, rather. 3rd down and 17. Right side, Mac Brown, driven out of bounds. And for an update on Todd Gurley, let's go down to Trace.
Guys, I was assured again by Georgia that it has nothing to do with either ankle. He is completely gassed. He's a little nauseous. They told me the same thing happened to him as a freshman on a 100-yard return. He had to go into the locker room then. He's in the locker room. They're trying to treat him there. I did see him walk by his father, turn to him in the stands, and give him the thumbs up. Guys.
Okay, Tracy, thank you. 4th down and 8. And Johnny Townsend on to punt. This is Reggie Davis, number 81. Dangerous.
Gamble. That was a gamble.
Whoa.
Don't know if you need that. You know, Florida is struggling in this game. You could give them field position being too aggressive on the punt return.
It's an all-new night of comedy on CBS, beginning with How I Met Your Mother. and Two Broke Girls. That's followed by the premiere of the new Mike and Molly show and Mom. It all starts Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. First down and 10, Georgia. We've still got 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Brendan Douglas is on as the tailback. Play action, Murray. Deep down the middle, wide open. Arthur Lynch, the tight end. Popped from behind, but good ball security. Oh, he's hurt. Ribs.
Both he and Morrison are hurt on the same play. Was it Morrison that hit him? But boy, a wheel route, kind of a bootleg wheel route. Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator, is staying very aggressive. Right there, going to get a little play action this way, and he's going to kind of wheel route right down the numbers right there. Watch this. Little play action pass, roll out. Lynch comes back, then wheels up the numbers. Got him wide open. Tell you, the Georgia has used their bye week to get some nice plays in this game. They have dialed up a game plan. And it was Morrison coming in late that both of them are stunned. Artie Lynch had a big week. His Boston Red Sox
That's right.
win the World Series, and now he has a big catch here.
He's a senior from Dartmouth, Mass.
Oh.
Ouch.
Clean shoulder pad,
Sure
right
was.
in the rib. Probably knocked the wind out of him.
So Lynch will try to catch a breath.
I mean, how about this? Almost 250 yards of offense in the first quarter.
J.J. Green is now the tailback. Merritt Hall, number 43. Murray's going to play fake and go deep, and he's got a man. It's Jay Rome, the backup tight end, number 87.
I'll tell you, the play action pass, we talked about it in the opening. When Aaron Murray can get that running game going just enough to do what he likes to do with his play action pass, this might be one of the best offenses in college football. Not as flashy, but so effective. And think about it, they don't even have all their guys.
That's the end of the first with the score. Georgia 17, Florida nothing. We'll return to Jacksonville after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back to Jacksonville, where Georgia's got the ball inside the 10-yard line. They already possess a 17-0 lead. And Brendan Douglas is the deep back with Merritt Hall, the fullback. Murray has thrown for 1 touchdown today. It's first down and goal, Bulldogs. Quick setup, comes right. Oh, he's got it.
Man, what a throw. Did he drop it?
Rantavius Wooten, let's see what the...
Must have bobbled it out of bounds. Can't throw the ball any better than this.
Nope.
Puts it right to the outside shoulder. Easy catch. Call on the field is that he did not have control of it with 1 foot in. His right foot came down when he actually caught the football. Bounced it off of his helmet. God, can you imagine throwing a ball that accurately? Unlike,
Well, you used to do that.
not like that. That was perfect. Going to get a challenge here from Mark Richt, are we? Yes, he's going to call timeout.
The previous ruling of an incomplete pass is under further review.
Either from upstairs or not.
Right.
I don't know if, I guess Mark didn't call it, but there's no doubt that it was very close. Question is, does he have it controlled with his left hand, I guess? He hits it, it hits off his head. And then does he have his left foot and his left hand controlling the ball? Very close.
After review,
I'm going to say
the
no.
ruling on the field is confirmed.
I think so, too.
Incomplete pass.
I think
Second down.
not enough there to turn that play over.
You didn't give me a chance to say.
Well,
that, you know,
you were.
You thought I was sitting on the fence. That's what you thought.
Well,
that's a good call.
Great call.
Yep.
I think first of all, a great call by Bobo, again being aggressive. Florida stayed in their base, almost goal line defense. They had 10 men near the line of scrimmage.
J.J. Green is now the running back. This is Rantavius Wooten.
And now Michael Bennett in the football game.
Brett McGowan, that's 3 wides to the right side. The blitz is on. Murray, good protection, knocked down. Well, they're going to look at a 3rd and goal now. What's most impressed you so far about Georgia?
I think their offensive line.
Okay.
I really do. I mean, this is a proud, effective defensive line for Florida. Yes, no easily, I get that. But it has been rough yards on them all year. Missouri gouged them with a spread, but no one has been able to run the ball like this against them.
3rd and goal, just inside the 10.
Well, you got to go to Bennett here, don't you? One-on-one coverage
in the slot. Murray looks that way, pumps, rolls, drills it incomplete. It was intended for J.J. Green. Good coverage, it appeared, by Florida.
Well, didn't have anything. You got to get the field goal. You can't make a mistake down there. Threw 3 interceptions in this football game. Maybe late to Bennett, but he makes sure if his receiver can't get it, nobody gets it. Threw it low and saved an opportunity for a field goal.
Marshall Morgan, who hit from 49 earlier. This is from 27. Adam Erickson, number 97, will hold. And Nathan Theus, whose younger brother John is a starting offensive lineman, snaps it back perfectly. And Georgia adds 3 more. Early moments, 2nd quarter. Georgia by 20.
And suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
Then you can monster mash.
You know, when I was coming of age, we considered that high art, the monster mash. And that's nice style. Or not.
Got that gator earring or whatever draping from there to see the dead gator hanging.
Yeah.
Well, it was an important stop for Florida. I mean, you know, can they find an offense? Because so far in this football game or the last few, even this year, they haven't had much.
Marshall Morgan kicks off. It's Solomon Patton.
Interesting they go deep on this one.
Yeah, 3 yards in. There's Patton. Stiff arm hauled
That
down.
might be the last deep one you'll see.
I think so. We're going to shoot it up with a pop gun from now on.
Yes.
Sheldon Dawson made the tackle.
Patton takes it about 4 yards deep, and this has been the offense. Remember, we're 2 years and a quarter finish, 1 touchdown during the 2011 football game.
Well, Tyler Murphy on. Again, he was a redshirt junior when he was called onto the field after Jeff Driscoll broke his leg in the Tennessee game. And Murphy's numbers modest again today. He's 2 of 7. There's the toss. Kelvin Taylor, the freshman, is back in. Well, the last 5 years, this offense of Florida has struggled. Began in 2009 and then 2010. Urban Meyer's last year, they fell to 82nd. And in 3 years under Will Muschamp, 105, 103, 109. The offensive coordinator, Brent Pease. And their points per game, Gary, have fallen equally far.
Yeah, and part of it is they have not been able to keep a quarterback healthy. Scott Brantley, Jeff Driscoll, that position has never just become solidified. John Brantley, we saw, remember, such high hopes that he would be the next quarterback.
Right. Of course, we mentioned the last time we saw the Gators that Chris Leak, who was amazingly successful with them, is now serving as a 28-year-old graduate assistant. Chris has decided he wants to dedicate his life to coaching. Third down 2. Ball at the 49, 3 wides to the left, and 1 top of the screen. Murphy.
Nice
Catch.
Yes,
It sure
it was.
That's Trey Burton.
Yeah, Trey Burton was really the guy that Urban Meyer turned the offense to when he needed something different in this game. Back in his freshman year, and that time had a matchup inside against Quincy Mauger and made a good kind of moving the pocket. They do not trust the pocket with the pass rush versus Georgia. Moved it to the outside and got the first down.
Well, remember, Trey Burton was such a factor in the Wildcat.
And in fact, on Kelvin Taylor's touchdown against Missouri, they were in the Wildcat.
Play action. Murphy, pressure. Good downfield coverage. Garrison Smith is pursuing him. There's Leonard Floyd from behind, and the pass incomplete for Burton. Well, you remember Trey Burton in 2010? There's one inside shovel pass. Here's Burton again. He ran so effectively, and it's almost inexplicable that this year he's got 7 carries for 6 yards.
Yeah, they cannot figure out a way to get him the football without snapping it to him almost. You know, I mean, not involved in the run game at all, playing very little in the Wildcat.
Second down and 10. Taylor comes left and falls in front of Mauger.
Well, that is a welcome sight for Will Muschamp, Brent Peace, getting the edge against this Georgia defense. That offensive line blocking people and letting Taylor get to the outside. Can they keep up this running game just enough to take the pressure off their quarterback, Murphy?
Right side, low block. That's Patton again. And Shaq Wiggins is going to let him know how he thinks, what he feels. Second down 10. Wiggins, true freshman. You really...
Oh, yeah, I think he and Vernon Hargraves are really making a name for themselves as 2 of the outstanding true freshman corners in this league. Both highly thought of and both kind of living up to expectations.
Second down and 10 from the 35. Test the middle. Kelvin Taylor. Well, in the second quarter of that game against Vanderbilt for Georgia, Shaq Wiggins, this play, picked off Austin Carter-Samuels and returned it 39 yards for a touchdown. Showed a little bit of a burst when he got open. Third down 8.
I think you almost have to call this play, assuming you're going to take 4 downs to pick up the first down.
Blitz. Murphy. Patton has it, slips a tackle, spins.
Wow, there you go. That should fire up that Florida bench for the first time in this game. Remember when Douglas kind of lit up that bench for Georgia? This should get that Florida offense, defense, and everybody saying, let's play some football here. Second effort, third effort, fourth effort by Patton.
18-yard gain, and it's a first down 10 at the 15. Kelvin Taylor still the running back, number 21. Patton is a slot receiver on the left side, and Quentin Dunbar is the outside man, number 1. Dunbar on the receiving end of an 82-yard completion.
Oh, gosh. That's a big mistake by the quarterback, Tyler Murphy.
Timeout, Florida. The first time out of the half.
I'll tell you what, Will Muschamp bailed him out because Tyler Murphy had no idea that the play clock was going down. That's your job. It's right there in the end zone in front of you to go look at. He's changing the play. He's changing the play. Right now, Will Muschamp is sprinting over. No idea. You can see right at the bottom of the screen, Will get in there and make the call.
CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. Well, the play clock at this end of the field is dulled by the sun.
A little bit. There it is. And then off his right, if you're the quarterback, that's where you got to peek. Look at it. And that sun there, a little hard to see, to be honest. And from here, it's a little clearer than that shot, but not as easy as going the other direction right now.
First down 10, Florida, trailing by 20.
Not like he tried to look for it, though, to be honest. Right?
And we saw Kelvin Taylor reach up and tap him on the rear and say, snap the ball. Here's Taylor.
Right. Again, stuffed inside. Nothing there. How aggressive does Florida become here? They have to have a touchdown, seems to me.
Second down 9.
One of those little shovel passes to Trey Burton might be an idea, wouldn't it? Those used to work.
Yes.
He's way down on the bottom of the screen at wide receiver.
Second down and 9.
Faked the wrong way. That didn't look right.
And it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's going to be. Oh, was there tugging on that play?
Well, it was intended for Dunbar, and Mark Richt saying it was uncatchable. There is a flag that hit the deck.
That play did not look right from the beginning. The back and the quarterback went in opposite directions.
And there's a welcome sight. We don't know if he'll get back on the field, but Todd Gurley is back on the
Ineligible
bench.
receiver downfield on the offense, number 74. That penalty's declined. Third down.
See, that's what I say. This play did not seem right. Half the team was running one play, and the quarterback was running another. Taylor and Murphy go opposite directions here. Fake one way and not the other way. Well, what's going on? Nobody knew what was going on that play. And a busted play on second turns it into third and long.
Third down 9. At the 14-yard line, timeout, Georgia. That's their second, 1 remaining. And the clock stops with 10:06 to go in the first half of play. Florida desperately needs a touchdown. Tomorrow night.
You know what stands out for Florida for me is the absence of the tight end to throw the football to. You know, they really miss Jordan Reed. The tight end position this year for Florida has 4 receptions for 17 yards. That, you know, you see Aaron Murray attacking with the tight end. That has not been a player on the field that they've been able to go to.
Clay Burton, number 88, is to the left side. That's his brother, Trey, going to the right side. Third down and 9. Four-man Georgia rush. Murphy into the end zone. Almost caught. Diving try by Solomon Patton.
Yeah, you're going to be forced to go field goal. They got to put points on the board. That second down bust play for Florida really put them behind the chains.
And so that's going to bring on Francisco Velez, who's missed 1 today. This will be from in short. Kyle Crowfoot is the holder. And Drew Ferris will snap it. 31-yard attempt. Got it. Well, like Tyler Murphy, Velez was a redshirt junior and got the job a couple of games ago.
Not as important as the 3 points, but almost. It was a 12-play drive, and it allowed the defense to get settled for Florida. Let's see if they can get a stop now.
All right, Tim, it's 20-3 here. And the current BCS standings, just to underline Tim's point, Alabama number 1, followed by Oregon, Florida State, and the Buckeyes. Stanford, Baylor, Miami, still undefeated. Big game tonight, Miami against Florida State. Buckeyes go to 8-0.
You got to admit, an amazing run by Urban Meyer and Ohio State. 2 years, basically, could go back-to-back undefeated. Think about that. Ohio State will go undefeated back-to-back, and they need help to get into the national championship.
Exactly.
Never think that anybody would say that and believe it.
And the kick. Sheldon Dawson, number 2. Oh, he's got a little bit of a gap, and then a flag is thrown as the tackle is made.
During the return, holding 23 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty for the spot on the foul. First down.
Mark Diaz is guilty of the infraction. Let's check in with Tracy.
Well, guys, you saw Todd Gurley come out of the locker room. You see him on the field now. He came to the sidelines, all smiles. He then went and shook every player's hands. I overheard him saying he was a mess. His head, his stomach, his whole body was hurting, you name it. But he looks to be back for the Bulldogs, and they couldn't be happier, guys.
All right, Trace, thank you. And Gurley is lined up deep. Up the middle.
He's going to get gassed again.
I know, I was just thinking the same thing.
I hope that isn't a strategy Florida's using to get him out of the game.
Let him go. That's a gain of 30.
God, Diaz, again, number 71, a great block. I mean, everybody on that Georgia offensive line, I mean, when they look at this game film, they may be giving out some game balls to that offensive line, and there goes Gurley
Sure enough.
off the field.
He's gassed again. So Gurley, one play, 30 yards. Hargraves limping a little bit after making the tackle.
And if you're Mark Richt, you might just set him over there and say, listen, we may call you again here in a few minutes. Be ready.
Yeah. So Brendan Douglas is on, deep back in the eye. Bennett, the slot receiver. Rantavius Wooten, number 17, top of the screen. Florida brings 5. And the run blitz, and that's Cleavon Hicks, the fullback. And it's a nice time to introduce the Duck. Here is the Aflac trivia question. Who are the only 2 Georgia starting quarterbacks to defeat Florida in 3 straight seasons? Aaron Murray, with a victory today, can equal that accomplishment. He's 2-1 in his previous 3 games. They feed Douglas this time.
Interesting. Back-to-back calls. Very, very simple. Right at the gut of that Florida defense. Nothing fancy. No toss. Nothing. Just man-man. About as safe as you could be.
Mark Richt. They, of course, are the visiting team, so they get to peer into the sun for the entire afternoon. Once it came out, Gurley back.
Big third down defense here. That's how they pride their team on, Florida, getting third down stops.
3rd and 5. Swing pass, Gurley. No blocking help. He's got a stiff arm, but he is caught and pushed out of bounds by Luchez Purifoy.
Yeah, interesting kind of 3 sets of calls. Mike Bobo had been so aggressive in this football game, and then after Gurley goes out, 2 pedestrian calls right up the middle, and a call that took the quarterback right out of the read. That was a throw on a wide running back screen right from the get-go.
Well, Colin Barber's on to punt for the first time, and this has been an adventure. This part of the game for Georgia this year. The snapper will be Nathan Theus. Trent Fricks in the previous game against Vanderbilt sailed one over Barber's head. Pivotal play in that loss. Everything's good about this one. Roberson with a fair catch. Called for and taken inside the 10. That's a 39-yard punt. And nothing, of course, on the return. Barber's had a couple blocked this year. They've had 8 catastrophic plays on special teams, and they define catastrophic as plays which result directly in a score or lead to one. 8.
And just to amplify Vern's note there, I mean, they're 14th in scoring defense in this country, excuse me, in this conference. But when you add those touchdowns off special teams and 7 drives of 35 yards or less, you can see that it stress any defense.
Mack Brown is a running back. And he cannot go anywhere. Jordan Jenkins, number 59, made the stop. Well, this has been a topic of some debate among Georgia fans. 98 of the 123 teams have a special teams coach and coordinator. Mark Richt never has had one. They split the obligations and responsibilities among their coaching staff.
You're not judging, just
No.
reporting, right?
That's exactly what, yeah. I have no dog in the hunt. Especially a Bulldog. We're Switzerland. 20-3. 6:40.
Here we go, because I got to believe if you're Will Muschamp, Brent Peace over there on that Florida sideline, you know the next time Georgia gets the ball, they're going to be going for it with their quarterback. They need a first down very badly here.
3rd down and 3 at the 15-yard line. 3 wides to the left. Patton is the outside man. Then Dunbar and Trey Burton.
Why not, right? Reliable, experienced.
Well, Murphy
Kept it.
takes off.
Yep,
Yeah.
kept it.
That could be close to a tackle out of bounds. There's no flag. Corey Moore, number 39. And Gary, you made the point that they don't run him as much as they might have because of the backup situation.
Yes, and you really have to understand, like, if they had just benched Jeff Demps for poor play,
Driscoll.
I think, excuse me, Jeff Driscoll for poor play, you would be much more aggressive with Murphy in your play calling and running. With Driscoll, you know, out and nobody behind him, you have to maintain his safety at that position.
Well, see, 28 plays for each. Florida actually has time of possession lead. 1st down and 10. That was a big one. Not much of a rush this time. Murphy across the middle, tipped and incomplete.
I think it was Shaq Wiggins that time, number 6, that defended that play. Not a huge player. Ball was a little late, little behind that time. Murphy very fortunate not to get that picked off.
2nd and 10, and it's Brown. Ray Drew makes the stop on this one. And here we go again with the 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Florida 4 of 8 on 3rd down so far, and this has been one of the problems for this Georgia defense.
Yeah, Ray Drew moving all over. Now he's on the left side of the Florida offense. He was lined up to the right tackle. Now he's on the left tackle.
3rd and 7. 20-3. Under 5. Bobbled. Oh, Murphy is hit as he lets it go. Dunbar's got it. And Leonard Floyd is the man who hit Murphy, number 84.
Floyd gets it just as Murphy lets that ball go. Holy cow. You know, you can protect him in the run game, but you can't protect him in the pass game, especially 3rd and 5, 6, 7.
That is a 3rd down conversion, however, for Florida with 4:23 to go in the 1st half. 1st down 10.
Big first downs for Florida's opportunity to stay in this football game.
Taylor's back on the field in the backfield. Taylor. Well, the last 2 series now, Gary, they've looked very effective.
Yeah, and you could tell the ability that Taylor is going to have when they start blocking for him. He has the ability to make those moves. Big running back, has learned the game plan. Coaches feel comfortable with him. Of course, injuries have kind of made it mandatory that he plays, and he's earned his starting time on this football team.
And 2nd down and 1 with 3:35 to go. Taylor comes to the left side. Interesting, he was such a highly recruited player. His father, Fred, of course, played at Florida 1996. And on November 2nd, here's the toss. Here's Fred Taylor. brilliant career not only at Florida but in the NFL. Mark Richt was recalling that he, who was the offensive coordinator at Florida State, recruited
That's
Fred
right,
Taylor.
his dad.
And said, save a spot for me. I'm coming to Florida State. I just want to spend this weekend in Gainesville. I think they've met since then, but not very often. 20-3. 3 to go.
Nice throw.
Ahmed Fullwood.
Wiggins a little conservative on this play. Good cushion, slips. That slip allowed the pass to be completed, but the ball was put right on the number. Murphy starting to get, with the running game, feeling a little bit more rhythm.
That's Fullwood going in motion to the right. Sets up just off the right tackle. 2:35 remaining. Play clock at 10. First down and 10. Murphy has to tuck it. Looks for a block. Gets a big one. Oh, my gracious. That person of interest, 74, made a big, big block. Let's go back to the studio. Loss of 2 on the last play. See, Clemson has won 7 straight on the road. And it's second down and 12 here. That was Trenton Brown, who just leveled a Georgia defender. Second down and 12. It's Kelvin Taylor again. Ramik Wilson, number 51.
One thing this Georgia team is getting better at, much like last year's team when they were, playing great defense till, of course, Alabama got a hold of them, is they can pursue that football. Got a lot of great athletes, but now in 3rd and long, can they put pressure on the quarterback? They've had 14 sacks in the last 4 games. The emergence of Ray Drew has made that possible.
And again, Gare, this is the 12th play of the drive. They flip it out right side.
That was right in the sun. I wonder if that one gave him a little problem looking back. I don't know if he would have made it anyway, but as he looked back, Taylor did not handle it.
And so the drive stalls. It'll be 4th down and 10. 20-3 with 1:18 to go. They are going to go for it. No, Velez is on now. Okay. Tyler Murphy's going to.
They might have some trick play here to force a timeout. Well, Mark Richt will call timeout.
Patton.
Mark Richt called timeout. Yes, a good move by Mark Richt. He saw that trick formation and he went with a timeout.
That is the last Georgia timeout. Well, there they were.
They were going to go for this, too.
Now we're back in Jacksonville, and time now to answer the Aflac trivia question. The only 2 Georgia starting quarterbacks to defeat Florida in 3 straight. Aaron Murray is trying to join that group, that twosome. And here they are. Johnny Rauch, 4 in a row, 1945-48, and Buck Bellew, 1979 to 1981. That's a classic old photograph.
Sure it is. Huck and Buck, the guy who used to take those pictures, he'd always say Huck and Buck.
Knew him well. Jim Lawhead from Dallas.
It does appear that Florida has their offense out there.
The Geico halftime report. That's coming up with Tim, Spencer, and Brian as soon as we conclude our business in Jacksonville.
Obviously, if they give the ball at this field position to Aaron Murray, with this amount of time left, he will have opportunity. So Will Muschamp is rolling the dice here a bit.
4th and 10. Georgia shows blitz. They're coming. Murphy. Bobbled. Reverse. It's Dunbar. Doesn't get it. Now, where was the forward progress?
They're going to lose yards.
Yes.
They're going to lose yards on the play. It was a poor throw. If it had been a good throw, it might have got a first down. See how he had to stop for it? He had a matchup that could have been taken advantage of on Ramik Wilson that time. A bad throw caused the breakdown in the play. Dunbar had to stop for it, and then, of course, on fourth down, you got to try to do anything you can.
Sure. Will Muschamp. And so Georgia gets it back. They are out of timeouts. 1:07 to go. Gurley is back on the field. Murray. They'll hurry up. That's Michael Bennett.
You're rolling the dice when you do that, because if you punt the ball there, 10, 15-yard line, no way Georgia runs this offense. With this lead, when they got it at the 40, feel a lot better about being aggressive.
And 53 seconds to go. Murray got him inside once again. It's Bennett again. And the clock at 43 seconds remaining. And stops while they move the chain. That is an 11-yard gain for a first down. How about this?
Aaron Murray's putting on a show today. He really is.
J.J. Green is the running back now. Murray, deep left side, got a man and overthrows it. Grantavious Wooten had a stride on Jalen Watkins.
Remember, he had thrown the perfect pass to Wooten down here before that Wooten dropped or caught late, however you prefer to say it. That time he had him again. The ball was thrown a little too far.
Clock stop, 28 seconds to go. Second down and 10.
Matthew Stafford would say plenty of time, no problem right now. After what he did against end of the Dallas Cowboy game.
That's right. The Marino-like spike. Blitz. He got through.
Oh, he's going to get intentional grounding.
I'm sure he will.
Yes, he will.
There it is. It was Ronald Powell who came inside.
He's going to get intentional grounding on this play, I believe. Ronald Powell lines up at linebacker. Great rush inside. Throws it at the feet. I believe he threw it at the feet of
Intentional
Burnett.
grounding, number 11 of the offense. Lost him down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
Boy, Powell blew by Chris Burnett. And it's 3rd and 22.
Yeah, they're going to... This clock will start. But
Start when they mark up ready for play, right?
I think they're going to add... I believe they're going to get a 10-second runoff here, too.
By rule, intentional grounding carries a 10-second subtraction under a minute. Please remove 10 seconds from the game clock. Set it to 12 seconds.
So 3rd and 22 with 12 seconds to go.
And now we'll call timeout to set up for this last, throw to the end zone to make sure they know exactly what they're doing.
20-3 Georgia. Probably only time for one more play. Now Marshall Morgan has a long of 56 this year. What do you...
Well, I believe that they could line up in a play like they're going to go for a big bend to the end of the end zone and throw an out to the sideline and try to get 5-8 more yards for a field goal attempt.
3 top of the screen. Murray steps up, goes deep, caught.
First down.
The clock will stop.
Yes, there's going to get a spike now. Remember the rule, though, the 3-second rule. It's going to be very close.
Rhett McGowan made the catch. There's the spike. 1 second.
If it didn't make a first down and if there was less than 3 seconds on the clock, neither of those things could have happened. Holy cow.
Yes, and so Morgan, he's 2 of 2 so far today, 11 of 13, 12 of 14 for the season. Make it 13 of 15. So the gamble by Will Muschamp and hold everything.
The third and final timeout of the half.
Yep.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Well, you got it. Might as well use it.
Yeah, I thought that they would run a play about like 8-10 yards and try to get out of bounds. They got a little bit more aggressive than I would, but they got away with it.
I'll take another look at that pass.
They were never going to go to the end zone. They were trying to throw to the sideline, throw it for the first down, and then Aaron Murray does his best Matthew Stafford. You're looking at Mark Richt. Spike it, spike it, spike it. And we're talking about Stafford, obviously, Georgia quarterback, what he did last week where he was going down clock, like he was going to spike it, and ran that quarterback sneak was something to behold.
Adam Erickson will hold it. Theus the snapper. And this is from 32 yards out for Morgan. He is now 3 for 3 for the day. And we go to the break. Aaron Murray having a fine first half. Let's go down to Tracy, who is with Will Muschamp.
Thanks a lot, Coach. 4th and 10, you decide to go for it. Would you like to have that one back?
Well, no, we got to stay aggressive in the game. We're trying to win the football game.
Your defense giving up over 300 yards.
Right.
How much are you struggling right now, especially without Dominique Easley?
Well, we gave up 2 big plays. We had the back covered on the 3rd down situation, and the kid didn't take him. And then they had the 1 cutback run. Other than that, we've lost some field position. We've held them to field goals. We got to just pick it up.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Trace, thank you. That's the end of the first half with our score 23-3 Georgia. Now let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio.
Love the honesty, Vern.
Stays on his feet, down to the 1. Touchdown, he got in.
Murphy looks to throw and fires the ball on the field. He's got a receiver behind the secondary.
Throws it, Gurley's wide open down the middle of the field. 15, 10, he angles right. Touchdown, baby!
Halftime in Jacksonville. We're about set to start the 3rd quarter. Georgia 23-3. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, who a moment ago spoke with Mark Richt.
Coach, Todd Gurley had to take a break a little bit there, but how nice is it to have some of those weapons back on offense?
It's good, but it's halftime.
Well, how is Gurley? Can you give us
He's
an update?
fine. I think he's fine. He got gassed a little bit. It's been a while.
You said it's just halftime, so what do you need to do here in the next 30 minutes to come away with this
Just
rivalry?
keep playing hard. We don't need to give up any big plays. If we do, we got to tackle them and then play red zone defense and force a field goal, and then just put some more points on the board. That's all we can do.
Thanks a lot.
Well, you get the idea that the most popular time of game day Saturday for Mark Richt is interviewing with Tracy.
Well, yeah, but short, but to the point, though. I mean, it's like it covered it all.
Quite direct.
Right. Yeah, there's the pooch. I didn't think it'd go deep anymore.
Not anymore. Trey Burton takes the recovery here. Well, I'm sure one of the plays that'll be discussed was Will Muschamp's decision to go for the first down on 4th and 10.
Yeah, he had him, though. I mean, if Murphy would have thrown a good ball that time, they would have got a first down. I can understand it. You're struggling to score points. If there's any good news for Florida is that they did put 200 yards in the first half up there. They've been having no yards in this game, but no touchdowns again. And on the other side of the field, the other team's moving the ball pretty good.
Yeah, they had 250 yards in the first quarter alone, and you see the total was 335.
Yeah, at least Florida got a couple drives to kind of slow down. What would it be without those 2 drives?
And they started off with a first down toss to Kelvin Taylor. Oh, he's got some room.
He's got some talent. This guy's going to be a real upper-tier running back in college football if he stays healthy. Look at those cuts. I mean, he is going to be a weapon. Now you can take that and build off of that and make that offense, make it look like Georgia's offense when you start with a running back like that.
Taylor had 5 carries in the opening game of the season against Toledo. Only 1 carry in the next 4 games. And then he's come on in the last 2 and earned his start today. That's Kelvin Taylor again. Gary, take us through the halftime trends.
Well, you know, when you look at it, you got to start with Aaron Murray. He's been, you know, he's won the games, but statistically in this game, he hasn't had his best games. Well, that was a great half there. Todd Gurley, such a big weapon for Georgia. We talked about that in the open, what he does for run and pass game. Tyler Murphy escaped a little bit, but couldn't come up with more than one big play, and they didn't put a touchdown on the board, and then to finish off all those yards at the end by Georgia.
3 wides to the right side. Here's the quarterback draw. Murphy on 3rd and 1. And Ramik Wilson makes the tackle, but Florida does move the chain. First and 10. And the ball at the 49 of Georgia. Play action. Murphy's down. Garrison Smith, the first man there, number 56, loss of 4.
Well, as we mentioned before, Georgia came into this game with 14 sacks in the last 4 games. I attribute a lot of that to the emergence of Ray Drew. The other guys are pluggers, but Ray Drew and the 2 wide outside linebackers, Jenkins and Floyd, are their pass rush specialists. When they get him going with Drew, and that's again why when you look at that Vandy game, that ejection of Drew was so big in that football game.
That was the 2nd sack by Georgia in this ball game. It's 2nd and 14. That was caught by Patton.
Nice job by Patton. He took about a 4-yard gain and turned it into 3rd and medium. And I think the way Will Muschamp's calling this game, he may make it 2 more downs to get the first down.
Sheldon Dawson made the tackle, number 2, on Patton. And Patton, as he has been most of the season, the most prolific pass receiver for Florida. 3rd and 5 from the 44-yard line.
It does appear like Ramik Wilson is going to be coming right off the edge right there. No, they're checking out of it.
Yeah, they sure are. That was Herrera who signaled the check.
Yep.
Taylor comes left.
It does feel like Florida feels better about themselves on offense. I mean, Taylor can be like the center of that attack, and then everything goes from there. He's got some real nice explosive cuts, feels the hole, and, you know, it even seems like the offensive line is more comfortable with them in there holding their blocks and getting positive yards.
First start of the season today. He comes left, escapes the initial contact. Ramik Wilson then wraps him up, and Herrera came in to help.
One of the staples of Brent Peace's offense at Florida in his 2 years has been a lot of changing of personnel, shifts in motion, unbalanced line, late checks at the line of scrimmage. In the off week, they decided to slow that down a bit. Let's know what we're doing at the line of scrimmage. Make sure we know who to block before we miss assignments. Let's see if we can block them first. It seems to me they're a little calmer out here today.
2nd down 10. Murphy being chased, and it's batted down by Ray Drew.
Very interesting play here. They slid out 2 players on the play. First, the fullback 25, and then Burton, and Ray Drew kind of knocked down the pass to the 2nd player.
Ray Drew is a licensed minister. His nickname among some of his teammates, at least, is the Pastor of Disaster. 3rd and 10. Patton, top of the screen. From the backside, here's Burton with the catch. Ridden out of bounds by Ramik Wilson.
Big decision here for Florida now. I would assume they'll go for it.
4th and 4. Well, they trail by 20. Opening moments, 2nd half. Just caught a glimpse of the backup quarterback. That was Skyler Morningweg, whose dad, Marty, longtime coach. 4th and 4 with 10:10 to go in the third. Georgia brings 4. Murphy goes right. Got it. Patton. First down, Gators.
Shag Wiggins again with too big of a cushion, and it looked like he might have slipped again on this play. And that's just 4th and 4, and you give about an 8-yard cushion on the play. That's just too much. That's just too easy.
And so on the opening series of this half, Florida moving the ball again.
Again, another 10-play drive. I think it's like 3 in a row. They've had over 10-plus plays on drives.
Yeah, they had 2 of 12 and 12 back-to-back in the second quarter. 2 seconds on the play clock. Murphy's down for the 3rd time. Garrison Smith in the middle.
Well, you look for the outside for the linebackers. You look for Ray Drew. And then you find right in the middle of this defense, oh, that's a busted assignment. See, that's what Florida is talking about. Jalapeno thought somebody else was going to take him. It's hard enough to win when you know who to block. When you just turn a guy loose, Garrison Smith says, all right, I'll go sack him. Busted assignment.
See the difference in sacks and sacks allowed. 13 now in the last 3 games. 2nd down and 18. That's Patton in motion. Now he reverses, and Murphy's in trouble again. It throws it way out of bounds.
I don't know what this play was. I really don't. The receiver down, he was blocking downfield. Dunbar was blocking downfield. I don't know if they knew what they were doing or what was going on. Down here, you're going to get a blocking wide receiver, some kind of a reverse screen, maybe. I'm not sure. But you could see Dunbar wasn't going to get the ball, that's for sure. Kind of a gimmick play that just backfired.
3rd and 18.
Back-to-back missed assignments for Florida.
Murphy keeps it, gets by Floyd, but can't buy the... Floyd recovers and makes the tackle, number 84. Sterling Bailey was there to help.
Yeah, it'll be about a 45, 46-yard field goal. They ran the option again. Did not trust that they could pass block in this situation. Went with the option play, and Murphy cuts in so quickly on the play that Lloyd says, all right, I'll take it right here and force the, 47-yard field goal.
Make it 48, and Austin Harden is back on. He's only 4 of 8 for the year. And he was benched in place of Velez. Now this one on the way. Got it. No, short. I'm sorry.
It was straight enough.
Yeah.
But what do they say in golf? 99% of the ones you leave short don't go in.
George Archer said that. Yes, he did. Came up just short.
So that lost yardage there, 2 missed assignments, cost Florida 3 points again.
Now when he says no good, he speaks with authority. Now take a look at the SEC East standings. Despite the loss to South Carolina last week in double overtime, Missouri still 3-1 in the SEC, and various scenarios play out. Missouri controls, despite that loss, they still control their destiny and win a 2-way break with Georgia because they defeated them earlier. South Carolina wins a 2-way tiebreak with Missouri because of that win last week. Georgia wins a 2-way tiebreak with South Carolina because of their win earlier this year. Florida has to win out and have Missouri lose twice. All 4 teams are alive as there's a 3-way tie. And Mark Richt with a bit of a bemused smile on his face after that miss. 23-3. Murray hits, he lets it go. It's incomplete. And 2 flags. Dante Fowler was
Got rocked pretty good there, didn't he?
yeah, he did.
Holding, offense number 68. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Right guard Chris Burnett, number 68, is the guy who had it called on that time. Inside, blocking Darius Cummings. Is that who the call was on? And he gets hit by Fowler right as he lets that ball go and kind of gives a little, Aaron Murray says, my neck.
First down 20. Murray keeps it. Slides down at the 30-yard line. Opening play with Gurley in the backfield, and Murray tucked it and ran for 17.
Well, we saw him go for 57 in one of the games that we had and changed the ball game with that run quarterback draw. And now he gets it back. Almost no harm, no foul from taking the penalty back with 2nd and 11.
And congratulations to Aaron Murray. He was announced this week of one of the 16 finalists for the William B. Campbell Trophy. That's an $18,000 scholarship already, and if he wins, it's $25,000. That will be awarded by the National Football Foundation.
What a call they had set up, too.
Lynch.
They calling it a lateral?
It appears
They do. They're calling it a lateral. This could be the break that Florida needed to get back in this game. They had it set up for a big throwback screen. I think it's very close that this could still be called a forward pass. I think it's...
They are reviewing it.
It's very close. I'll tell you what, Lynch should fall on the ball no matter what in that situation. And remember, it was called a lateral on the field. And it was set up beautifully. I mean, if Lynch catches the ball or a little better throw from Murray that time, either way, it would have been a big play. I have not seen an angle yet that can really determine or overrule that call on the field.
I'll take one more look from the play-by-play.
Let's freeze it right when he lets go of the ball if we can. Boy, it looks right down the line. It looks from the 21 to the 21 to me. Lets it go on the 21. Does it drift backwards? You can see how well it was set up, what he had in front of him. There's no real official over here to make the call.
Notice that.
You know, to make it right down the line. So if I'm the replay official, I'm noticing that too and saying, I got to really make this call properly. The ball drifts towards the line. I don't think they're going to overturn this. I really don't. I don't see anything there to overturn this call. A huge call. It would have been a big play for Georgia. Would have been an easy first down, maybe even 30, 40 yards. Turns into a disaster play when Lynch does not fall on the ball.
Al Ford is the replay official.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Murray's momentum really makes the football drift to his left. Watch Murray fall back. As he falls back, it makes the ball drift back. It's right there, an easy catch. Lynch totally takes his eyes off the play.
That's
totally E6 right there, as Red Sox players would say it. E88.
First down 10, Florida. 6:58 to go, third quarter. Up the middle she goes.
Whoa.
It's Mack Brown, number 33.
Two big mistakes by Lynch on that play. And Mack Brown delivers it and runs right over. Was it Herrera that time? It was. Herrera.
Yes. Second and 1. gets around the corner. Touchdown, Gators.
Well, it was Florida last year that had 6 turnovers in this game. 4 fumbles and 2 interceptions. But it's a turnover in red territory, positive plus territory by Lynch right there that got Florida in position to score.
Francisco Velez with the extra point, number 95.
Well, it started with the turnover. Big play, huge play. Lynch knew he had it and then just forgot to be a football player and cover the ball. Mack Brown comes in. He's fresh and he takes it on strong, and then on the next one bounces outside, and Florida back in the football game.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by New York Life Insurance Company, Jeep, Coke Zero, and by Chick-fil-A. And we welcome you back to Jacksonville. 23-10. Interesting, Florida held the ball to open this half for 7 minutes and 9 seconds and did not get any points. And after that lateral call and the recovery by Orr, they scored in 37 seconds.
And remember, the replay official really didn't have anything to overturn that. I mean, that was confirmed. I did not see that as being a forward pass. It was called a lateral on the field. I think it was the right call by the replay official.
Austin Hardin will kick off. And Sheldon Dawson will take it at the 5. Oh, my goodness.
A little juice now from the Florida football team.
Well, let's go back to the lateral and the call made by the line judge, Michael Taylor.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly. Now, look down here. Is this where the call made? And remember, his angle is not very good either.
Watch him closely, and there's the indication.
He called lateral, but his angle was right on, not on top of it either. No way he could have known exactly if that was a lateral or not.
First and 10 at a 13-point ball game. Gurley on the sweep to the left. Got David Andrews, the center, pulling and blocking in front of him.
Well, as gassed.
Now Fowler and Gurley get into it. Look at Leon Orr. Well, the combatants are Gurley and Fowler.
I think Florida would, as good as Fowler's season he's had this year, I think Florida would take that trade. And now a late flag.
Yep.
Definitely something happened at the bottom of that pile that time. Let's see if we see something happen, because Gurley was very upset at the end of this play. Nothing. I don't see anything.
And Leon Orr was a late arriving combatant.
Yeah, I just think that's normal.
Following the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 4 of the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 88 of the offense. Those fouls offset. Second down.
But just remember, if those 2 players get another one, they'll be out of the football game. So there is a consequence on the call.
Second down and 6.
We were talking about that Gurley had been gassed, but you got to believe the Georgia defense is gassed. 15 plays to 3 for Florida in the second half.
Murray, nothing. Ronald Powell, number 7.
Well, it's right into the strength of the Florida football team now. Third down defense. Can they get a stop? This defense was built for third down.
3rd and 6.
Same defense that they scored the touchdown to Gurley on.
Murray has to get rid of it, and it's dropped by Bennett.
He knew he was getting that rush. Remember when they gimmicked against the linebackers? This time, he knew it was coming. He knew he had to get rid of it quickly. And Bennett, the ball was on him just as he turned around. And a drop pass.
So that brings on Colin Barber. Roberson is deep.
And the punting game, the special teams. Can they hold up?
Nathan Theus is the long snapper. This one is good. Barber gets rid of it. Roberson lets it bounce, and it takes a Georgia roll, then he picks it up. Whoa.
That was a good job by Georgia, though. Florida went for the block.
.46-yard punt and 2 on the return.
Well, well, well.
We have a ball game,
Yeah,
sir.
you can feel it. You can just feel it.
.448 to go. Time called. We're in the 3rd quarter. And another look at that scuffle between Gurley and Fowler. Be right back. Time now to present Red Lobster's Scholar Athlete of the Game. And because this is a neutral site game, we honor 2 men. The first, Dante Fowler, an aspiring TV broadcaster with a 3.0 grade point average. And his counterpart for the Bulldogs, Aaron Murray, finalist for the Football Foundation Campbell Trophy. He's already gotten 1 degree. He's working on another, and led Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future, shown by donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. 1st and 10. Delvin Taylor, 66 yards so far in the ball game. Murphy will throw deep left side. Man coverage incomplete. And it's Shaq Wiggins who will chat with you as well. He's a vocal cornerback.
Well, you almost have to have that alter ego. I mean, you're out there on your own. Last year you were playing high school football, and now that you're out there, you know, being picked on in a big football game like this, he can feel that this has changed, that Florida's believing in themselves right now.
Wiggins is on Patton. Now Patton goes in motion. They'll give it to Taylor. He's got some room. Wiggins makes the tackle. 4:30 to go.
Watch how Leonard Floyd leaves the defense. He doesn't play smart defense. He kind of freelances at the end of the play. You're supposed to squeeze this. He tries to run around the block. He runs around the block and makes it an easy gain for Florida.
3rd and 3. Oh, they had him, and they get it to Patton about the time the tackle is made. And Patton.
Horse collar.
Yes, indeed.
This play could have lost 15 yards. It's going to end up being a 15-yard gain. Josh Harvey Clemens, I think, is the end, and we got more flags going.
That's at least 3. Coaches out there trying to separate the players.
I mean, this could have been a 15-yard loss, and it's going to end up being a 15-yard gain.
Ramik Wilson.
Yes, Ramik Wilson beat him there. The handoff is barely made. And then Patton gets outside and trying to save the first down. Harvey Clemens gets the horse collar. And then from there, we see everything else. Immediate pull down of the ball carrier. That is an easy call.
But remember, we saw one called where there was a sideways motion.
Yes, it has to be immediate and it has to be backwards, and I think that was.
Now, Will Muschamp and Mark Richt.
I mean, just think that ball could have been bobbled, fumbled, popped out when Wilson was back there, and then the speed got around the corner. What a save for the Florida offense.
Wilson thought he had the tackle.
Sure did.
They get the ball to Patton.
It's a blitz right in that, called the A gap, the first gap outside the center. Nobody blocks him. And then away we go. And you know, without that tackle by Harvey Clemens, I think he would have picked up the first down. Now they're at least going to put 15 more yards on the end of this.
During the play, we have a live ball, personal foul, horse collar, number 25 of the defense. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards, automatic first down. Following the play, we have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 59 White, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 52 White. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 72 Blue, unsportsmanlike conduct, 74 Blue. First down.
So 4 more players have offsetting personal dead ball fouls, who won more, and they're out of the football game.
Another look at the horse collar. Herrera and Jenkins are the 2 Georgia players. Trenton Brown and Jonathan Harrison, the 2 Florida players. The ball has been spotted after all this tumult at the 40-yard line.
And you saw Will Muschamp tell his assistant coaches to keep my guys on the sideline. I do not want them running out and getting ejected.
First and 10, under 4 to go, third quarter. Murphy. Incomplete.
I think it was Kelvin Taylor that picked up the blitz that time very effectively and allowed at least an incomplete pass. The last phase for these running backs is picking up the blitz, and he did a good job of it that time.
Second down 10. At the 40-yard line of Georgia. Dunbar and Patton break the huddle, go wide to the right side. That's Patton in the slot. Kelvin Taylor is the running back. And Gideon Ajabe is the fullback. Here comes Taylor. Not much, if anything.
Excuse me, Vern. Todd Grantham, the D coordinator for Georgia, has gotten very aggressive here. He's blitzed almost every down on this drive, trying to pressure Florida into a mistake.
Third and 10. The Gators 7-14. This has been one of the problems for Georgia's defense this year. They're getting up 42% conversions on third down. It's at 50% today. Whoa.
False start, 73 offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
That's Tyler Moore, was at right tackle. Had to move to left tackle because DJ Humphries is out for 4 weeks. And in the last game, Tyler Moore was called for 2 false start penalties.
You know, I think he's done a pretty good job here, though, today. He was becoming a bit of a question mark at right tackle. He's had to switch to left tackle. I think he's had a decent game here.
Third and 15. Murphy gets rid of it.
What a throw.
It's caught. Whoa, Trey Burton. A flag is down.
Yeah, this flag is sitting right in front of the Georgia bench. I think it's going to be called right
Illegal
here.
formation, offense number 74, more than 4 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
Right there, lined up in the backfield. The Georgia bench is standing right in the earpiece of that official, and he makes the call. You know they were yelling, he's too far back, he's too far back.
That is Trenton Brown getting his first start today. Illegal formation, Gary.
Well, let me just show you that offensive lineman graphically has to intersect the belt buckle of the center. And when you're winged back like that, that's a penalty. He must be up closer to the line of scrimmage.
So they call it on Brown. It's 3rd and 20. Crossing pattern underneath. Ahmad Fulwood.
I think it's in a position where Will Muschamp will think about going for it again.
Remember you were asking about the sequence of plays and what we had in the first half. 12-play drive, 14-play drive, then the 13-play drive.
Right.
This is the 11th. And Johnny Townsend is going to come on.
And Georgia will say defense safe. They will look for the fake here.
That's Rhett McGowan deep in case. 4th and 9. Townsend. Beautiful.
Well, that's what I was looking for at the end of the half, to tell you the truth.
Yes. That's a 36-yard punt down at the 3-yard line. Aaron Murray on the field when we come back. All right, Tim, that's one of the great names in college ball, Casanova McKenzie. Right up there with Bacardi Rambo and Barkevius Mingo. Aaron Murray, in his career against Florida, not great numbers. But today, there he spots Gurley over the middle. Arthur Lynch. He has 1 touchdown toss today. Goes deep left side. That set up a field goal at the end of the half. And now Murray and the Georgia offense, they've run 5 plays in this quarter.
Chow.
Safety.
Lucky he held on to it. Corner cat. That is the quarterback's job. And Lucius Purifoy, who was benched, makes a play. That's the first thing you have to do when you're running a play-action pass is make sure that blind corner to the short side of the field is not in a position to blitz. Who's got this guy? They're talking to Artie Lynch. Should Artie Lynch have turned out? He went out for a pass.
Yes, he did. And Purifoy came in unchecked.
Yes. And whether there was a mistake by Lynch and Murray thought he was protected or he should have turned around and looked for him, we don't know. But it was a 2-point play, and Florida continues to turn this into a 4th quarter game.
So the safety. 23-12 and a free kick coming.
See, now the question is, does Lynch supposed to turn out and block before he goes out? One might assume, but I don't know the rule, to be honest.
There's Purifoy.
Could be called either way. The receiver could be hot and he has to turn around and look, but neither the quarterback nor the tight end accounted for the short corner.
Colin Barber will take the free kick.
And you know, Vern, this is really going to amplify the number of plays the Georgia defense has been out there. So far in the second half, it's been 21 plays on offense for Florida. Only 6 for Georgia for 2 yards in this quarter.
Wow. 23-12, Barber with the free kick. Marcus Roberson is the deep man for the Gators.
Amazing that Murray did not fumble that ball.
Yes, it is. At the 35. Across the 50 and down at the 49-yard line. Josh Harvey Clemens makes the tackle. Look at this.
21-6 for 2 yards. for Georgia. So everything that was so easy in the first half, ever since that lateral, not lateral, Artie Lynch drops the screen that would have picked up 20 yards, Florida has kind of caught fire here.
And this is a Florida offense that has not garnered yardage at all this year. Play action. Murphy. Right side. It's caught by the fullback, Hunter Joyer, number 41. That's a gain of 7. Leonard Floyd made the tackle.
Well, if you're Georgia right now, you're thinking, or you're a Georgia fan, either one. You know, we gave up 17 points to Vandy in the fourth quarter. It's a lot of time left in this game.
Mac Brown is the running back. Joyer offset to the left, leads the way around the left side. Brown tripped by his own man. Clay Burton appears to have made contact with his heel on Brown's ankle. Fullwood back on. Dunbar, Patton. 3rd and 3. Could be the final play of the third quarter. Brown to the 40-yard line. And the clock will stop on the first down.
We got a fourth quarter football game, don't we? 2-possession game, 11 points, a lot of time.
That is the end of the third with our score, 23-12. We'll return to Jacksonville right after this word from your local station. Now take a look at the scene during the break at the end of the third quarter. A lot of joy being expressed on that Florida bench, despite the fact that they trail. And on the opposite side, a solemn Mark Richt, urging his guys, hang in there. We still lead 23-12. We start the fourth with Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson, Vern Lundquist from Jacksonville, Florida. Mac Brown is the running back. Play action again. Murphy. He'll tuck it and run. He does this well. Really well.
Man.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk it, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll let you ask the question.
Well, it's fairly rare that you see the tenor of a ball game turn on one play. Well, and this one certainly did.
It did. I mean, Florida really needed a break in this game. They were moving the ball a little bit, but they, just the series before, they had 3 bad plays in a row and missed a field goal, and all of a sudden everything turns around with the turnover on the play. It just shows you that when you're playing, as Mark Richt was telling his guys, we got to finish this game. It's not going to be easy.
Murphy again at the goal line, dives in, touchdown, Florida.
Back-to-back plays. One wasn't called. This was a design called play. And you know what? Florida said to heck with it. We can't protect our quarterback. We need him to win this game. And of course, they're going to go for 2 here to try to get within 3 points. We called it an 11-point game, 2-possession game, and they're going to try to make it a field goal.
23-18. Showers, number 10. And Murphy takes the snap. Here comes the blitz across the middle. Got it. Clay Burton for 2. That is his first catch of the season.
Well, they only have 4, and nobody figured they'd throw to the tight end, so you know what? Georgia didn't even cover him. Nobody covered him. All-out blitz, wide open. They turned the tight end loose, and pretty good odds. They hadn't thrown to him all year, but on that one, Murphy kept his eyes on the tight end, and holy cow. We are going to have a finish of this game. Tyler Murphy took it with his legs in this drive.
Mac Brown with a downfield block. 17 unanswered points for the guys from Gainesville.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, it was all Georgia in the first quarter. Gurley back in the lineup after missing 3 3/4 games. A touchdown from 5 yards out. Velez missed a 40-yard field goal wide right. And then Gurley from Aaron Murray across the middle, 73 yards for a touchdown that extended the lead to 14-0. Gurley, however, ran out of gas, went into the locker room, rested, and he came back to open in the third quarter. Here's Harden. He missed this one short from 47 yards away. Brown, 5 yards. That made it 23-10. That was after the lateral fumble. And then backed up at the 3. Purifoy comes unchecked from the corner. Safety. And after the free kick, Florida moved down the field. Here was Murphy. Pulls it back. Gets a downfield block. Dives in. Touchdown. And then the try for 2. Murphy. Clay Burton, the tight end. First catch of the year. And here we are as the sun sets with a little drama.
Well, and it's not even close to this game setting. But remember early in the year when we did the Alabama-Texas A&M game, I said Nick Saban turned around and said to A.J. McCarron, I need you. Right now, Mark Richt needs to turn around and say to Aaron Murray, I need you.
Sheldon Dawson out to the 20. And let's take another look at this called lateral fumble and recovery called by the line judge on the near side.
And just remember how open this play was. This is going to be a huge gainer for Georgia. Easy first down, 2 mistakes on the play. Lynch drops it and then freezes and doesn't pick it up.
And everything has gone the Gator way since that play. Now Aaron Murray has Gurley in the backfield. They hand it off to Gurley up the middle across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Antonio Morrison made the tackle.
We will also see if that Georgia offensive line that played so well early in this game can do it now with this charged up Florida defense. Can they reassert themselves, or will Florida continue to dominate?
Second down 3. David Andrews over the ball. Toss. Gurley. Right guard. Close for the first down. Andrews, last man up.
Accomplishment of a first down and giving a little bit of a rest to that Georgia defense. They needed it.
Merritt Hall is the fullback, number 43. First down and 10.
Boy, Gurley looks tired. He had his hands on his hips back there again. He's out of gas again.
I think you're right, yeah. Now let's go back to the studio for a Liberty Mutual Insurance update. Here's Tim.
All right, Vern, Gary, Arkansas had their second turnover of the first half. Auburn this time cashes in. It's Trey Mason finding a gap and taking it in. It's 7-0 Auburn. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Across the middle, that's Jay Rome, number 87, the backup tight end.
Third and about 3.
Yes, it is. We talked about Florida's success on third down. Georgia, 4 of 8.
Remember last time it was Powell and Fowler putting on the pressure, number 6 and 7. Let's see if they can do it again. They're at defensive ends for Florida.
That's
number
Dante
7
Fowler. Yep.
and 6
There
right
you
there.
go. Toss, Gurley.
Nothing.
I think you're right. I think he's out of gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you get gassed, you could get tired again really quickly. And that time, point of attack was stopped strongly. I think it was Dante Fowler that just took it on and never backed up an inch. Inside also, Darius Cummings did a great job too.
And so, 4th down. Fourth and 1. Will they?
It's going to cost Will a timeout. I'm very surprised he put his punt team out there. I was shocked he didn't just say defense stays. When Georgia simulated they were going to go for it, it cost them a timeout. So that time, the team that didn't have a special teams coordinator fooled the team that did have a special teams coordinator.
Are you a proponent or are you just reporting?
They were 5 yards from the championship a year ago.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, Verizon, Taco Bell, and by Bud Light. Evening falling on Jacksonville, and it falls on a terrific football game. During the break, this is nose guard Garrison Smith urging his defensive and offensive team on. 4th down.
Florida's got to stay on side first of all.
4th and 1, a long one. It's Gurley. He gets a block in the edge, cuts off, didn't make it. Did not make it.
Took his helmet off. Neron Ball, number 11, took his helmet off. That's going to be a 1st down for Georgia. The play was still going on. Took his helmet off. It could be a dead ball foul. It's going to be very close.
Made
Ball,
the tackle.
Yep, ball gets stopped. Gets up, takes his helmet off.
Results of the play is Georgia was short to the line of the game. Therefore, it is Florida's ball, 1st and 10. Following the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 of Florida for removing his helmet. 15-yard penalty, still 1st down Florida.
So since it was 4th down, a dead ball foul, it's going to be backed up 15 yards. Had that have been 3rd and short, obviously it would have been a 1st down play.
Right.
Gimmick play. Played well by Ball, played well by Morrison.
And here's Neron Ball helping with the tackle. Morrison over the top, the helmet off, but dead ball. Florida has the football. And don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. After the 15-yard penalty, Florida takes over on downs, and Murphy operates out of the spread at the 46-yard line. Taylor comes right. Driven down, Sheldon Dawson helped on the tackle from Ramik Wilson, number 51. And Garrison Smith in the middle.
The game has more of a feel now of like a street fight, and seems to me that Florida feels comfortable with this atmosphere right now. I mean, they like their defense. They have a lot of energy. They kind of emulate their coach. Georgia likes controlled, know your assignments, rely on the play call. Just feels that Florida obviously more comfortable in the way the game feels right now.
2nd down and 8. Press coverage by the corners. Murphy crossing pattern underneath. Dunbar has it. And he is brought down by Corey Moore, number 39. It'll be third down.
And because of that 15-yard penalty on the dead ball stop, if this was 3rd and 3 on about the 35-yard line, you'd be thinking 4-down territory or a field goal try. Now, if you don't make this, you probably have to punt.
3rd and 3, 4 wides. 3 to the right side. Burton and Dunbar on the inside position. Ahmad Fullwood is at the top of the screen. 3rd and 3. Option. Taylor. I don't know. He did not get it.
Nope.
He
Stepped
did
out.
not get it.
Stepped out just short of the line. He stepped about the 40. Yeah, about the 47.5-yard line looked where he stepped out to me.
Sheldon Dawson is the injured player for the Bulldogs.
Option to the short side. It's about the 4th time in this game that Florida has run the option on 3rd down. You can see where he stepped out. Stepped out back on about the 47.5-yard line.
Sets up 4th and 1. Take another look at this.
Right there. Yep. Now where the ball is in perspective to the step out.
One more look.
The replay official should move this ball back, in my opinion. Where he steps out right there, that ball is clearly a yard short of that line. The spot was a very favorable spot. This ball should go back a yard.
No stoppage of play. The ball is at the 45.
This is going to go back. I'm telling you, it's going to go back a yard.
Now Ford waits and now indicates he wants to take a longer look at it.
.46.5-yard line is where it's going to be, I believe.
Al Ford being the replay official who's been busy today.
The previous play of the runner being short and behind the game is under further review.
So now you have to wonder if it's moved back, will it change the decision by Will Muschamp? 4th and less than a yard is a little bit different than almost 2 yards.
.46 to go. Excuse me,
Vernon
Gary.
mentioned, I mean, how many times out of character it almost seems that Florida has run this option. I mean, on 3rd down all night. Into the sideline, it's worked a few times, and it's not worked a few times, but the big decision has been we have to run Tyler Murphy. That's what's opened up the offense.
Yeah, and you pointed out the absence of Jeff Driscoll
Yep.
has influenced their holding Murphy back, and they've kind of let him go today.
They had to. They had no yardage. They were behind in the football game. They had to try something different.
Well, this is taking a long time. But high end zone seemed to indicate pretty clearly that he was out at the 46.5.
It's going to go back.
After review, the ball carrier stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Ball will be moved back 1 yard. It'll be 4th down.
It appears that they're sending Johnny Townsend out.
It does. Now, listen, we just saw a 4th down attempt by Georgia on a trick play. We've already seen one by Will early in the game. But I think with the time remaining in this game, the way his defense is playing, this is what I do.
So Johnny Townsend punting in only his 2nd game. Here we go.
Here we go.
There's Burton up under center. Timeout. Georgia.
Yep. You know, very interesting. Georgia kept their defense out there, and then when they got what they were expecting, they called a timeout.
$84,693. That's about 100 short of the all-time attendance record. Murray, 13 of 22, not much in this half. Murphy, 13 of 28, 174 yards, the big touchdown a moment ago, and Gurley, 168 total yards. Florida, 17 unanswered points.
Sounds familiar if you're a Georgia fan. 17 unanswered points.
Murphy is on the field. 4th down.
Too many men on the field? Too many men on the field for Georgia?
Oh, wow.
Too many men on the field. They got 12.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 men in the formation. 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
All that, and you get 12 men on the field. Let's see if we can count them up to make sure. I know they got it right, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing one. There's 5 guys up front. There, and I might be missing one. I only see 11 in that picture. They might want to look at that again. That is a reviewable. There's one guy we can't see. There might be one guy I could not see that was hidden by the taller player. I think Ray Drew. How can you not see Ray Drew?
On the penalty first down, here comes the option to the right side. The pitch to Patton, who's driven out of bounds. Damian Swan with that tackle. Now let's see.
Yeah, they had 12 guys out there. We just couldn't see one of the down linemen. They have 7 up front and 5 in the back.
2nd down, 12, 9:29 to go.
Remember, that was after a timeout.
Yes. Comes the blitz. Murphy back. Deep right side. Is that caught? Incomplete. Out of bounds. Dunbar went up for it. Came down out of bounds.
Again, another blitz from Grantham going against Sheldon Dawson, and comes down with his left foot out of bounds. Good coverage by Dawson. Little shove off by Dunbar. No harm, no foul.
At the 43, 3rd and 12. John Harrison will snap it back. Murphy has 3 receivers top of the screen. Blitz coming again. They got him. Corey Moore unimpeded.
Well, we said that Todd Grantham was rolling blitz after blitz after blitz, and this time it was the safety blitz. You can't be surprised if you're Florida. Every play and this run by Florida, Georgia has blitzed and blitzed.
That's 4 sacks for the Bulldogs. Johnny Townsend on to punt on 4th and 26. Reggie Davis, the speedy freshman wide receiver. Oh, boy.
Let it go, and he got a break. Oh,
man.
Sheldon Dawson, I don't know if he thought he got shoved into the ball, but as he was being shoved into the ball, he said, I might as well grab it.
Oh, brother. Here's Davis. Fair catch, and then backs away from it. Now watch Dawson.
Yeah, he got shoved into the play.
That is what happened.
And remember, he didn't quite know the rule that if he shoved into the ball, it would not have been a turnover on the play to Florida, but you never know if it's going to get called. You might as well jump on the football.
Now then, Gary, is it time for Aaron Murray?
I said it last time. You've lived with Aaron Murray. This is his 4th year. You got to trust him with the football here if you're Mark Richt.
Blitz coming from the 17. Blitz pickup. Pass caught by Rantavius Wooten, number 17. Minutes remaining. Keep in mind that the SE East spot in the championship game is still available to both of these teams. They've got to get some breaks. But because of South Carolina's win over Missouri in double overtime last week, new hope for Georgia and Florida. Here's Gurley. Antonio Morrison makes the stop. Take a look at the SEC East. Missouri controlling its own destiny, followed by South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
I will say this. South Carolina's rooting hard for Florida, and Missouri's rooting hard for Georgia.
Yep.
There's so many different tiebreakers, but that's the best scenario for those two teams.
3rd and 1. Bennett comes over to provide blocking help. Gurley.
No.
Well, with second effort, he might. Let's see what kind of spot he gets. Dante Fowler Jr. made the tackle.
Tough assignment for Bennett. He had Dante Fowler on that play and a good finish on the run to get it close or a first down by a bit. Look at the blocking assignment Bennett has. He's got the defensive end and doesn't get him. And Gurley avoids the tackle and gets close.
And now they'll bring the chain out.
That was all effort because that should have been stopped for no gain. Florida had the right defense on. They had their defensive end against a wide receiver, and it should have been stopped for no gain, and Fowler did not come up with the tackle.
Clock running at 6:48, and Georgia holding on to a 3-point edge. First down and 10. Gurley alongside Aaron Murray. Near side, got him. That's Rhett McGowan, a one-time walk-on. And now a starter for this depleted receiving core of the Bulldogs.
Well, remember, Rhett McGowan had the big catch in the 2011 Florida football game. And he came up with another big one there.
Both teams, 2 timeouts left. 6:15 to go. 23-20. Florida. Gurley. Little opening at left guard, and he runs into Jonathan Bullard, number 90.
Well, that Florida defensive line, you know, it's not all pretty. It's not all tackles for a loss. But at least they're not giving those gashing runs like they were getting blocked in the first half of this game.
2nd down 7. And the ball at the 43-yard line. Gurley again.
Here we go, 3rd and short again.
Yes, they did.
Looks like he's just hanging on, trying to gut out the rest of this game. Every time he gets bumped, he's almost falling down. He's not the vintage Gurley, but he's the option they want in the football game.
14 carries, 93 yards now. 3rd and 2 with 5:05 to go in the ball game. Here comes Bennett again. Are they going to ask him to block Fowler? They do.
First down.
Yes. How about Michael Bennett saying, "You want me to do what?"
What? I didn't. We tried this already, Coach. But you know, he did a little better job this time.
Yes, he did. 82.
He's got the same assignment. Just get your helmet across the bow. And he had a pretty good tackle there. And I said it the way I wanted to say it.
Yeah. 1st and 10. And so they sustain the drive. And Gurley needs a breather.
Right.
So Brendan Douglas, the freshman running back, number 22, will get the handoff and come left, and he breaks a tackle to the 40-yard line. Jalen Watkins finally stops him.
I'll tell you, Artie Lynch had some problems earlier, but this time Dallas Lee and Artie Lynch did a good job of cleaning that play up and making another first down.
Well, a dormant Georgia offense has come alive here in this critical possession late in the game.
And Douglas had a turnover against Vandy. He had both hands on that football.
Georgia has had this possession for more than 4 minutes. Brendan Douglas still the running back. Feed him again.
Oh, I thought he was going to keep that one. Same play that Aaron Murray started out the game with. Thought that was the one he'd keep. Watch it, he's reading the end man. Look at that, he had a chance. No, actually made that read pretty well. Ronald Powell was right there to make the play.
2nd down and 9.
Thought he had an opening. Second look, he made the right play.
Georgia 2-2 in the games decided by 4 or less, 4 or fewer. 2nd down 9. Leon Orr moves over a spot. Here comes the blitz. They hand it off to Douglas, and he is popped. But he does a nice job of securing the football. Antonio Morrison was the first one there, number 3.
Yeah, ran right into the blitz. There's a run blitz this time, right in to the area that Georgia is trying to attack. Cody Riggs is right up in the play, and it frees up Morrison to make the tackle.
11th play of the drive.
And one of the Florida players just took a seat out there to slow it down.
3rd and 7. That's Michael Taylor, number 51.
I think he might have had an equipment problem.
He said, I thought I read his lips something about his shoe.
Yeah. He's trying to get his shoe back on, then he says, to heck with it, I'm not going to let them snap this ball while I've got one shoe on.
.240 to go. Ball and Taylor are on the field now. 3rd down, 7.
Gurley back in the game.
3 receivers right side. Now this is McGowan. He goes back to the right side. Blitz again. Murray rolls out, fires it. McGowan leading, got a first down. Oh boy.
Rhett McGowan, high school point guard, walk on. Native Calhoun. Remember big Chris Durham went to camp from the same area. And McGowan makes the play. Made the play in 2011 and made the play again right there to get another first down.
Time called. Florida called timeout to stop the clock with 2:09 to go. They have 1 timeout remaining. But this has been a well-conceived drive, a Georgia offense that had been dormant for much of the second half. And they do call on their senior quarterback, Aaron Murray.
And one thing now, Aaron Murray has to tell his offensive linemen, no penalties. If they just hold on the ball, even if they don't get a first down, they can take it down to about 35 seconds left in the game. No penalties, no turnovers if you're Georgia.
Toss to Gurley, left side, and he picks up 5.
Muschamp will have to take his final timeout. That offensive line for Georgia. Again, I'll tell you the guy that's had a game. Dallas Lee has had a football game in this game. I would not be surprised that he is graded out and gets some kind of award this week from the SEC.
Dallas Lee wearing number 64 at left guard. Now let's take you back the last 3 years for this game. Chaz Henry, game-winning 37-yard field goal in overtime. Murray, Tavares King on 4th down in 2011. Richard Samuel won it for the Dogs. And last year, Murray hooked up with Malcolm Mitchell for a 45-yard touchdown in the 4th quarter. Jarvis Jones stripped Jordan Reed, ending the Gators' comeback bid. There it was. And Georgia trying to sustain this drive and win for the 3rd consecutive year. Florida out of timeouts. This is the 13th play of the drive.
Just remember now, no more timeouts, as Vern just told you, and 40 seconds between plays. It's going to go real low here.
Gurley, the running back, gets the handoff, goes to the right, cuts back to the left. Florida cannot stop the clock. There is again a little extracurricular activity. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
I'm pretty sure Georgia will take a timeout with 1 second here to think over the situation. No hurry.
10 seconds on the play clock. 6. Timeout.
Did it perfectly. They took the timeout as long as they could to make their last decision.
And we remind you to stay tuned for the Jeep postgame show on CBS Sports. Tim and the guys will bring you up to date on everything going on around in college football this afternoon. Third down 5, 1:20 to go. Georgia was up 23-3 at the half. And again, a reminder of what's at stake with the standings here. Missouri, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, all with mathematical chances of representing the SEC East. Of course, it was all made possible with South Carolina's double overtime win against Missouri last week. And now 3rd and 5. Arthur Lynch in motion. Now goes back to the right. It's Gurley again. No. Damian Jacobs, there's a flag
Could
down.
there be a holding call on the play? That's the question. If it's against Florida, it's the ball game.
Personal foul. Number 55 defense. Illegal hands to the face. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Ball game.
And it was on David Andrews. A hand to the face mask inside. Very clearly, we saw it in the replay up here already. We've already seen it once. 55 on 61. Watch his hand go to the face mask and bend him straight back. You can see it right there.
And so the ball walked off half the distance.
And now Georgia will be able to just take a knee and sneak away from this football game. I was just going to question whether they would even try a field goal and risk it being blocked.
Well, a Florida loss would all but erase their hopes. The Georgia win keeps it alive. And there's Leon Orr getting into a chest-bumping match again. And a flag thrown. John Theus goes over and mockingly does the Gator
Just
jump.
remember that if you're thrown out twice, if you're one of those guys that gets 2 of them, you could be suspended for the next game, and Mark Richt has got to get his starters off that field.
All of a sudden, it's a hanky party.
Yes.
Bennett.
And just remember, if it's Gurley, he's already had 1.
This officiating crew has had a busy afternoon. So we'll wait while they sort this out.
Now remember, if one of the players is ejected for the next game for Georgia, it's Appalachia State.
That's right.
They could get a rest anyway.
Now let's look at it again as this conference continues.
It's not I'm being told by our truck, it's not an automatic ejection for the next game. It could be reviewed by the league.
So it started with Orr and Burnett, 44 and 68.
Yep. And Gurley could be resting the first half of next week.
Yeah.
We have multiple unsportsmanlike fouls after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 3, White. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 11, White. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 68, White. Also, unsportsmanlike conduct on blue. What number? 49. Those fouls offset at the dead ball spot. Second down.
Well, so it's Gurley, Murray, and Burnett for Georgia, and Darren Kitchens.
Well, Todd Gurley actually throws a kind of a punch to the face mask at the end of this play right there. Shove to the face mask. Punch might be overdoing it a bit.
Yep. There's one flag. Now they're pulling, Artie Lynch is pulling Burnett back away from things.
I'll tell you, on this drive, Aaron Murray, 3 for 3 with the pressure on.
And he is on the verge of becoming a 3-time winner in his career, joining Buck Bellew and Johnny Rauch. Families here. Aaron Murray from Tampa had the poise and the confidence when called upon in the critical drive for Georgia in this ballgame.
Yeah, those passes to Rhett McGowan were big throws. They had to be accurate, and he came through.
15 plays, 69 yards, and they chewed up the final 8 minutes. They had done nothing in this half.
Nothing feels better than an offense finishing the game on the field.
Mentioned that Aaron Murray's mom and dad and his sister are here. His dad, Denny. His mom, Lauren. Sister, Stephanie, who is a junior at Georgia. There's mom and dad.
Well, Vern, for Aaron Murray as the player of the game, remember, Georgia went 21 years, winning just 3 games from 1990 to 2010, and then they've won 3 straight with Aaron Murray.
Aaron is with Tracy Wilson. Let's go down there now.
Shaking hands, lots of hugs with those Florida players, but I got a lot of little Chippy out there. What does that say about what this rivalry means to both of these teams?
It means a lot. This is an unbelievable game. Just the atmosphere, the fans, the competition, the level of competition is unreal, and just happy we're on the winning side today.
Well, it came down to that 4th quarter, and they had to put the ball in your hands once again for that game-winning drive. I saw Coach and you had a little exchange before that drive. What did he say to you? Go win it?
Oh, yeah. Just go out there, let it rip, and, let's go win this thing. And we did, and it's a great feeling to win 3 in a row versus these guys.
Especially being a Tampa native. I know how much that means to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Guys, back to you.
And celebration in the Georgia end of the field. And after the game was over, Mike Bobo, offensive coordinator and a former Georgia quarterback himself. And time for Aaron Murray to celebrate. Todd Gurley was a presence in this game. And now it's time for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. Georgia held on to the football for the final 8 minutes. Here is a key conversion pass from Murray to Rhett McGowan. Now this is McGowan. He goes back to the right side. Blitz again. Murray rolls out, fires it. McGowan leaning, got a first down. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was fairly big. Fairly big.
And because of the injuries, you have to go who's there, and they went to Rhett McGowan, and the coach got us a good finish too.
Mark and Catherine Richt, we asked him if they watched last week's Missouri-South Carolina game. He said early on we did, but then we tuned over to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It was live from Manchester, England. Found out it was 17-17. He said, let's watch the finish of Missouri-South Carolina.
Turned out well.
Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. Georgia wins it. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages. And a word from your local station. We will see you from Tuscaloosa next Saturday night.